Hi everyone, and this is John, come out to Temple Newsham. I'm actually out in the blazing sunshine. In a minute, at the minute the sun's gone behind the cloud, so it's actually a fairly evenly lit situation. I have got Jessica to the side. Jessica, is that reflector in my face? It doesn't look like it wants to be near camera, there, something like that, yeah. And I'm going to show you, I've done it before, but today's lesson is going to be more, I am going to use a reflector and I am going to take some pictures of our Jessica. I'm not really doing it to show you pictures, it's more about, I'm going to show you how to hunt for light, hunt for the best light, and hunt for backgrounds, foregrounds, and seeing three-dimensionally. I am going to probably snap a couple of pictures, but we are busy and I've got stuff to do, so I don't want to maybe recording a boatload of pictures, but I'm just going to show you. I'll walk round, and when I see a nice background and some nice light, I'll tell you why I've chose it, why I've put the subject there, what way I've put the subject, and what's up with you? Well, what are you laughing at? There's nobody here. And I am going to tell you why I chose that background, why I chose to put the subject there, and what. Hopefully I'm going to use reflector. I have got a bit of flash if needed, but I'm hoping just to use the reflector. Anyway, the sun's now, I can see it's just starting to edge out from behind the cloud. So we're going to go for a walk and we're going to take some pictures. Right everyone, we're here, we've got Jessica in the frame. Now she ain't a model and she don't want to be a model, so you're not going to see her really posing in any of the pictures. She's just come up for a couple of shots, and behind her, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I've actually stood her in the centre of the car park, which is, let me just manoeuvre, see the blazing sun on the floor? And then behind her, I don't know if it'll show on the video, but there's some sun speckling on the trees behind her, and I want to frame her and use that as a background behind her. And to be honest, this isn't going to be one of my perfect shots, but it's a shot that I want to show you that you can do in the middle of the sun. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to frame her. I'm going to shoot with my 85mm lens, and I'm going to frame her and use them nice, so it'll be dark in the background but it'll have bright speckles because I can see the sun coming through the green leaves. So I'm just going to take a shot. I'm probably going to get in the way of the camera, sorry. Stay there, Jess. Now that is really nice, but her hair is completely blown out, so what we're going to do is I'm going to delete that. Jess, don't worry Jess, you can relax, you don't have to chill. Right, okay, so I have got a bit of blowout on her hair. I'm at 800 of a second at f2.8 at 85mm. I've chose, Ethan, just check my camera, still recording. I've chose 85mm, I've chose 85mm because I want to frame her on those trees at the background. And I'm going to use the sun as a kicker light. As you can see, the sun's the kicker light. It is going to blow the air out a little bit, only a little bit. I'll probably be able to recover it, but if not, I don't care anyway. Right, Ethan, so I've took a shot. Now, before the sun goes away, I want you to come in with your reflector. Hopefully you'll see this on the camera as well. Ethan, just try get it in nice and gently. Bringing it up, bringing it up. Now, see, if we go like that, we'll blind Jessica. I don't know if the camera's showing that, but it's blinding her, so we're going to just try. We're on the silver side. Ethan, come round more in front of her, here. Right, I need you to be a good, right, we'll just try that. Is that alright, Jess? Yeah. Right, so, I'm going to come in again. Looking at me though, Jessica. Right, okay, I'm not bothered about composition, I'm not really right bothered. I've just done that for the video. Now that there is a stood in the blazing sunshine. It's not the perfect place to take a picture. We're only using a tiny reflector. Ethan, yeah, just twist it back up. We're using a tiny reflector and I've used my 85mm, and I'll show you the difference at home on the PC. Let me just bring the histogram back up and you'll see it's bloody gorgeous. But anyway, we'll now move on to another location, and again I'll tell you why I've chose the focal length and why I've chose to take the shot that I'm going to do. That shot was ISO 200, 800 of a second at f2.8. All I did was bring in the reflector, so when you see the exposure difference, it's just because of the reflector. Right, YouTube, if you look at this again, now I'm filming this from the side, so I'm not actually showing you what I'm just going to run over to the camera and speak up. So what's happening here, with a similar shot than before, the sun is behind Jessica, if you look at the catch light here, but I've stood Jessica more or less in the shade. So she's not out in the middle of the bright background. So the sun's now creeping through and hitting the back of her. and I'm looking behind her and I can see some lovely light on the trees. The trees are a fair old 200, 300 yards behind her, so that I'm going to frame her with my 85mm. I probably could pull out my 70 to 300 and do an even better job, but for the video I'm just going to try stick to 85mm on a cropped body. So first things first again, I'm looking at Jessica's face and it's nicely evenly illuminated. You just sidestep a little bit, Jessica. All I'm looking for is a face hasn't got speckle lighting on it. But I'm not bothered about the shoulders because that's my kicker light. So I'm going to take a shot with no reflector. I'll just check my camera. Okay, so here we go. Now don't put the reflector in yet, Ethan. Right. Right, if I'm bringing your reflector, bud, you're going to have to try deep. Right, so what we're going to do is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the reflector's now coming in. But if I leave Jessica stood here, because the reflector's coming in from here, she's going to have a massive shadow down here. So I'm going to get her to turn towards the reflector. But I do want a bit of a shadow to create a bit of depth. So I do want, see she's not that even. Can you come a bit further round under there? Something like, bring it in. Yeah, that's it, you've got it. Right, you've got it. Come up again, a bit more. No, that's it. Right, just turn towards that and then look back to me. That's it. No, you haven't got the light on the face. Back again. Yeah. Right, okay. Right, okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's perfect. Right, Jessica. Relax, yes, come on, we'll take a couple. Oh, you lost it, I think. Right, Ethan, bring that light in. I'm going to speed up my shutter a bit to darken the shadow. 3, 2, go on, Jessica. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to... Right, okay. What I did there was, right, Ethan, you can move. What I've done there was, I did a couple of shots, because of the highlight next to shadow, when I took the shot with the reflector in, it was nice, but I didn't hardly have any shadow on the side of her face, so I sped my shutter up a little bit, just to darken that shadow, which I will show you on the PC. Right YouTube, we're here again. I've got Jessica in the shade, she's fully in the shade. Now, I'm just going to zoom in a bit, I don't know if it's going to lose focus, but you see all them leaves behind her? All them speckle leaves with the sun on, I want to frame her and use those as a backdrop. So we're going to come... Right, so first of all I'm going to get an ambient reading and I'm going to use a reflector. So I'm going to... Right, Jessica, you need to concentrate on me. Right, so... No, you're not looking. No, right. Right, okay, what I'm going to do for the video, I'm not actually going to keep showing you before and after because we need to get moving, it's going to get too long. So basically I've just got my shutter speed for the ambient that I'm happy with. I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but now I'm going to bring in the reflector. I've got a little bit of blinkies behind me, which is obvious because the background has got loads of bright sun on it and Jessica's in the shade, but I don't mind that. So now I'm going to bring in the reflector and I'm not going to do a before and after, but I will show you the finished product. Right, so get that sign. Okay, Jess. Ethan, you keep losing the light. Right, I'm a novice reflector bloke here, so I'm rushing. Right, that is absolute the dogs, really good. So, and I'm shooting it at 85mm again. I won't be able to do it at 17 to 50 because I won't be able to frame her on that. So Ethan, bring your reflector in again. So now I'm going to sidestep and use, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a load of trees there. I'm going to drop me lower so that I can have more of that nice backlit background in the shot. Ethan, I really... Right, and here's the last two. There's the first one that you've just seen, then we've got another one, and then another one. Right, I thought I took a few shots where I didn't actually record because I was trying to get a couple of nice shots of Jessica before she goes back to Ireland. And by the way, I've just plugged in my decent microphone now. The other voiceover that I just did just a second ago, I used my webcam microphone. So I took a couple of shots where I could take a bit more time and I wasn't worried about my video camera getting blown over. And as you can see, I've got a nice highlight with the reflector and a nice shadow on the side. And I've got a lovely, nice outer focus. These were some flowers and I wanted to use them as a background. Now, this shot would have never worked unless I shot it at 85mm. I could have shot it even more at 200, but it wouldn't have worked with a 17 to 50mm lens. So what I did was, if we actually just deconstruct the shot, I seen the sun spilling over onto the flowers. These are actually flowers, they're just that badly blurred you can't tell. And I stood Jessica in the shade and bounced the sun back into her face. And I'll just show you, she has to choose some of these before she goes back, but I'm just going to fly through them. Then here's another one, different pose. It was very windy, so there's no I can do about this air, but if she did like it, I can always clone it out. These is just a Lightroom edit, what I've done in Lightroom. And I'll just go through them again, using the same principle. Same again, just a bit of different composition. Then I moved to another location where I shot along the side of a fence. This is a fence, and I've seen the nice pink flowers here. Shot at 2.8 again, 85mm, same principle, nice shadow down the left hand side, bouncing light in from directly underneath for this one. If you look at the catch lights in the eyes, the reflector is coming in from underneath. Alright, I'll just hold this one because this is a video that I did on this. In fact, I'm not going to show you the video, I'm just going to voice over now. There's no point. It's same again. If we have a look in here, we've got the catch lights coming in from the reflector on the side, and I seen this background with some, there wasn't really nice light falling on it. It was more or less evenly illuminated, but I just liked the bit of red in the background. I thought it'd go nice with a bit of pink on the t-shirt. So I came in with a reflector, and you can see I've got a nice shadow down one side. Just see any more? No. Right, YouTube, I'm going to finish off on this one because the sun and the wind has picked up really bad. So I'm only using an internal microphone, I haven't got an external yet. And as you can see, I'm going to use these flowers. I'm going to frame it somewhat like this, but a lot closer up. And I'm shooting it with my 85mm at f2 and f2.8. Right, if I'm bringing your reflector as much as you can. Jessica, you look towards the reflector now, and then you can look back to me later. Right, and you can see it's only a little bit. It only makes a little difference, but when the light comes out, it makes a huge difference. So I'm just going to quickly take a couple of shots now. I'll leave camera going. Right, Jess. Okay, yeah, so your face, yeah. 3, 2, 1, let's just take a look at that. Right, Jess, look down towards Ethan, then back to me. So your face is going towards Ethan. 3, 2, 1. Jesse, what are you doing with your hand? What I told you not to do? That's better. A little tip for you there. You see how she put your hand back as you had it, Jess? No, as you had it. You never get a lady to put a fist towards the camera, otherwise it just looks awful. So put your hand as I told you to put it, Jess. So you see how you put it sideways straight away, and you slim her down, and put your hand back now, Jess. You see the difference? That just looks terrible, because it's a bloke you might get to do that, but a lady you wouldn't. So, back on again. Let's go again. I just see when we're here. What do you do this time, Jess? Put one arm there on your face. Jess, you're not coming. Yeah, but don't just really touch your face gently. Bit higher up. And then put this arm here to cradle your face. I want one up, one down. Yeah? Higher up with your arm, love. And only just touch your face. No, you know, you've got it right in. No, that's better. Just cradle your face really gently. So you're hardly touching it. Right, and then looking towards Ethan. Right, okay, right, that's better. 3. Oh, hang on, I'm just going to walk in the way of the video camera. Ethan, you concentrate on your light. Have a look. Right, Jessica, really cradle that face gently though. One up and one down, Jess. That's better. Then try, relax. Come on, smile, Jess. That's the one. That's one up. Concentrate on your light. Relax. There you go. There you go. And again, Jess. 3, 2, 1. Bang. There you go. Right, I'm going to finish that off. I'm going to finish that for today, and we'll have a little chat on the PC, because honestly it's really windy now, and the light is just, it's totally and utterly not in the direction that I want it to be for these flowers. She were actually looking into the sun then, but it had actually gone behind the clouds. That's why we're getting a little bit of raccoon eyes, and I didn't want to pull out my flash. I wanted to just keep it one reflector and natural light all day. The flowers are very close to Jessica. Jessica, stand where you were standing. And now just go in feet to the flowers and touch them. One. They're about a metre away, but that's why I shot them at a shallow depth of field with my 85mm, so I could chuck them out of focus. And I'll do a little bit more talking on the PC. Thanks for watching. Right, YouTube, I am just going to do one more shot. And I did say that I'm going to show you how to expose for somebody's face and totally and utterly not give a crap about anything else. Jess, is the red light still flashing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and totally and utterly not give a crap about anything else in the shot apart from his face. But to do that, I'm going to go up to him and I'm going to fill the frame with his head so that I can see what's going on. No, not way too there. Right, there's the camera's meter and it's way too dark. So I'm now going to use manual and I'm at 3.5 and I'm at 400 of a second. I'm going to try 200 of a second.
There's 2 people.
And that is...
There's 2 people what?
That is spot on. I might even just go one more. 160. Yeah, I'm going to use 160. Oops. So there you go. Is it still flashing, Jess? So that's how to expose for the face. Now I can come back and I can do what I want. I can come behind the camera, right? If you're looking at me, fella. Right, everyone, and as you can see, I got the meter reading for his face that I was happy with, and then I started to shoot away. So we've got another one, and this was all just went up to his face and metered for it. And as you can see, you get a nice exposure. And it don't matter, I mean, I didn't have my wide angle on, but if I'd have had my wide angle on, I could have zoomed right out to 17, took some pictures, and you get the meaning. You know that the skin tone is exposed correctly, and that's how to do that. Hi everyone, I just thought I'd finish this video. We're doing a bit of video on the way back to the car. You're not going to see any shots now. There's Jessica and Ethan on the way back to the car. So if I stood the subject there on the floor and then you zoomed in telephoto, I could use that big, see that big tree there? I can use that as my backdrop, but obviously I've got to shoot it telephoto. It won't work at 50mm, probably want to be 200mm. But what would happen is, because the tree is in shadow side, I'd have a brighter subject and a darker background, which would be great. But then if I wanted to, I'd better go to the other side of the tree and use the bright side of the tree, and that would work too. Now I'm just going to try and flip round, and if I stood my, I don't know if the camera's, let me just zoom out. If I stood my subject here and then zoomed in and then used this background here, it'd be out of focus. I'd have to shoot it telephoto again, but I'd have a brighter background, and you see on my background I'd have highlights next to shadows. So basically I'm just going to finish the video off to say watch for backgrounds in the distance that you can use, but you do have to watch out for focal length, and also watch out for your subject. Now I did want to make this video quite a bit more advanced, but the kids are just messing around. They were dropping reflectors, they weren't watching my video camera, so I've sort of had to cut bits out what I really didn't want to. I'll try do another version of it. This should be still good, but I'll try do another version of it where I can really show you a little bit more detail. But it's just basically to show you to watch out for foreground, your background especially. Don't, if you see something nice in the background, like if we just move to the side, let's just walk. I mean the focus, let me just see if I can focus. I don't know if I can focus or not. I'll just manually focus. You can see that we could use that as a background there. That edge, you can see, but it's no good shooting, you've got to be zoomed in. So we could use that as a background now, and we've got a nice highlight next to shadow. Then we can put a subject on the floor, and we'd have a nice highlight next to shadow. Now if we just look at Jessica and Ethan, which are there, if we actually just walk up to Jessica, you could see, look, see how now we're starting to create a back, I mean I don't know if she's in focus, let me just, something like that. As you can see, we're starting now to create a background. Now the sun's, Jessica, just turn your head slightly more toward, that's it. Now if you look, so I'd stand here, and now I've got a nice rim light, even more, Jess, that's it. I've now got a nice rim light, and I could come in with a bit of flash to fill in, or I can use a reflector. And I've got some nice highlights on the background, same as over here. I don't know if it's in focus or not, I can't really see, but as you can see, I could use, I mean obviously at the minute I've got my 17 to 50 on, but if I had my 200mm, I could use those trees around there as my background, and they'd be nicely out of focus, and I'd have some nice light on them, and then I could use a bit of fill flash or a bit of reflector. But today's lesson was about reflector, no fill flash, although there was a couple of times, you'll see when you see the pictures on the PC, that I would have liked to have had a bit of fill flash, but I couldn't be bothered putting it on the camera because I wanted to keep it just a reflector.